and Jared Perkins, a Prospects Live podcast for everything MLB draft related. Join us as we discuss the biggest stories from college and high school baseball, bring you interviews from your favorite draft prospects and college coaches, and break down live looks with Prospects Live analysis across the nation. Get ready, because you're on a clock with Tyler Jennings and Jared Perkins.
All righty, welcome to another episode of On the Clock, the Prospects Live Amateur Baseball and MLB Draft Podcast. On the Clock's presented by Jaw Bats. Jaw Bats provides the highest quality ash and maple, handcrafted, fully custom bats, apparel, accessories, and more. Click the link in our bio and enter the code OTC10 to get a 10% discount on your first purchase. All right, I'm Jared. That's Tyler. We have an awesome guest with us today. We have Murf Gray out of Fresno State. Murf, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Oh, we're good, man. We're excited to have you on. Been following your journey for quite a bit. The first question we always ask guys, for the people who don't know you, take us a little bit through your journey through amateur baseball. How did you get kind of where you are today?
Just took a lot of hard work from a young age, growing up with four brothers, two older, two younger. I just kind of followed in the older ones' footsteps and kind of learned from their mistakes and learned from what they did good. So it started there. And then, as I progressed throughout my career, I started to get help from other coaches, hitting coaches, friends, just getting all the help I could, being a sponge, soaking up a lot of information and just pushing myself to the max.
I love that. You have your career, you played at Fresno State. What led you to committing to Fresno State, wanting to play your baseball career there?
Just wanted to stay home. It was the first offer I got, and it was really close. And I know they have a great program, a great history. So just, knowing the history, it's like, why not stay home and play at a great program that we have here in Fresno?
I love it. Next question I wanted to dive into is you got to experience Cape Cod this summer, absolutely raked. Take us into that experience for you. What were some of the lessons that you learned from that and the relationships that you got to build there?
Oh, it was great. I think the best thing that I learned out there was patience, patience with the game, not trying to stress anything. You got more at bats, you still got a lot of at bats ahead of you. So not trying to put pressure on what's ahead, just thinking in the moment and playing for the moment, because you only play like the game you're doing at that moment. And then, just throughout in the Cape, it was a lot of, there were some ups and downs. You got those games where you go over, it's like, man, over, but it's like, you got to look past that. You got to get to that next step back.
Yeah, I love that. Tyler, I'll turn it over to you.
All right, so first question I want to ask. I told Holly your SID before this, but your nickname is Murf.
Yes.
First off, I love it. Secondly, what's the story behind that? Because Holly mentioned there's a great story, and I really do want to hear this story.
Yeah, so when I was born, I was kind of pale, coming out the womb. And I don't know if you've seen the movie Like Mike, but there's a little kid in there. It's kind of pale, it's the basketball player's best friend, that's what they described me as, really pale, just like him. So, the nickname Murf just kind of stuck, ever since. And it was the same year that I was born, the movie was made. So it all just kind of lined up and matched up together.
I absolutely love that. So going back to the baseball thing, the Cape obviously broke out in a big way. But is there anything that you've taken away from the Cape at the plate that you really want to work on for 2025? Or is there anything that you're really striving for coming up in the spring?
Head down, breath out. That's what I learned from Mike Mobbs out there. It was our kind of motto, head down, just implementing that. I'm not looking where the ball's going. I'm going to trust my hands, trust my abilities, and then breath out, just let myself know that I'm calm. You can't be tense up there at the plate. You can't be stressed at the plate. You got to be very calm. So head down, breath out was the motto that really helped push me this summer, and it really helped me do great things this summer.
I absolutely love it. And then obviously, being the kid that you are, you're 6'4", 220. Was there any other sports that you played growing up? Were you like big into football or anything like that?
Oh, yeah. I played football and basketball growing up. I played football till about my freshman year in high school, and then I played basketball till my sophomore year, junior year.
What positions did you play in both sports?
So football, I played quarterback and tight end, and then for basketball, I played power forward and a little bit of a point guard.
Tight end country unite. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't catch, but like, put me a tight end, I could do some good blocking for you. Is there any favorite basketball teams or NFL teams at all?
So I'm a big Bay Area guy. That's where my
Yeah.
dad's
Okay.
from. So growing up, it was always San Francisco Giants, 49ers, and the Golden State Warriors.
I dig it. I dig it. Can you also, by any chance, tell the 49ers to have McCaffrey come back, please? Because I drafted him first overall.
We need him big time right now. We got so many injuries stacking up. It's not even funny.
Didn't you guys just lose Ayuk this week?
Yes.
And
It's been a tough road, but I believe in the boys. I'm loyal, so I'm gonna rock with it.
I dig it. I dig it. I'm a loyal Panthers fan, so.
Oh yeah.
Sadly, unfortunately for Tyler.
Jared, you're not even a football fan. Come on.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Jared, this is your time to shine, buddy.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, so this is kind of a two-part question, but what are some of your expectations for the 2025 season, both for you personally, but for Fresno State and as you all try to capitalize going into the season?
I think the main thing we want to do is get back to the playoffs, make a postseason run. But I mean, even more than that, just playing hard as a team. We lost a good amount of players this past year, so now we got to implement new guys, and they got to learn, the grind of what it means to be a Bulldog. And I feel like what we have right now, we can do that again. So that's just the main goal as a team. And then personally, I just want to work hard and, push others. I want to make sure that we're all doing the same thing on the same page. And then we're, putting up numbers for our guys on the mound. We're getting those RBIs. We're getting those 2-out ribbies. We're getting those 2-strike, hits where, we're just putting pressure on the other team's pitchers so that our guys have the easier job.
I love that. Then I like to focus on kind of the human side of the players outside of baseball. So for you, who have been some of your biggest mentors on your journey through baseball, but in life as well?
My hitting coach, Derek Kuhn, I started hitting with him around 14 or 15 out in Madera Ranchos. And then I started playing for his travel team when he was with CBA. And, he just always believed in me. He was like, you're going to be something. So if you ever want to work with me, hit me up. Started hitting with him like 2 to 3 times a week. And I could just see myself getting better. And, he's one of those guys that he wouldn't let me stay the same. We always had to do something different. We always had to switch it up just to make me better. And that's what really helped me get to where I am today.
I love that. And the last question I have before we kind of go into some more rapid fire fun ones, for you, what are some of the things you've talked a little bit about some of them already, like watching basketball and football, but what do you do to kind of get yourself away from the performances on the field? So passions that you have away from the game.
Just chilling with my roommates, chilling with my teammates, and then of course playing the game. I like video games. I've gotten more into it now, just since I'm just trying to stay locked in on baseball, so it's like I'm always on the game or I'm just chilling with some friends, whatever I can do to kind of get my mind off of baseball. We go walk campus or we go play some mini golf or something, go bowling, just find something to do outside of baseball to, stay human and stay in tune with what's around us, not just only baseball.
Yeah. I did see on your profile that you do like blackjack and swimming. Can you explain those passions that you have?
Oh, yeah. So I gained those passions kind of young, just being at family events. So swimming, we got a pool when I was around 6 years old. We moved into a newer house and got a pool. So I just love being outside swimming because, in the valley, it gets to triple digits.
Yeah.
Summer, so
awful.
That swimming pool comes in clutch. And then on the blackjack side, just all the family parties that we go to, like the friendly games, learning that from a young age, it was like, man, I want to learn how to play cards. I want to be with the grown-ups, playing these games. So I learned how to pick that up around 8 years old and just ran with that.
I love it. So since it's on the clock, we're just going to jump into a couple of rapid fire questions that are a little bit more fun. So the first one is, what's your go-to food spot in Fresno?
Go-to food? Oh, Doghouse all the way.
They have those in Maryland too.
Yeah.
Those are good.
Doghouse out there? Is that Firestone?
I think they're called Doghouse, or I can't remember what they are, but we have one like not too far from my house.
Yeah. That place is amazing. The tri-tip sandwiches are different.
Yeah. Awesome. Love that. The next question is favorite home run you've hit so far in your
Favorite home run. I think my favorite one so far was my freshman year. We're down by, I want to say it was 3-0 against San Diego State. And I hit a 3-run home run to tie the game up, bottom of the 8th.
I love it. And you've played third base mostly in your career at Fresno State. So if you could build your Mount Rushmore of third basemen, so 4 guys that you just look up to or like to watch film on, who would those 4 third basemen be?
Matt Chapman.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with going with A-Rod. I love this bat. Good
Yeah.
stick. Who else would I go with on the Mount Rushmore? I'm a Giants fan, so this one might throw people off, but I'm gonna say Pablo Sandoval's on there.
I like it. I dig it.
And that was my growing up watching him play. That was amazing.
Yeah, prime days were in San Francisco, so just ignore the Red Sox days.
Oh yeah. And then was Chipper Jones third base, right?
Yeah.
Chipper Jones for sure.
Love it. Go ahead, Tyler. Again.
Oh no, I was about to say that's like the most diverse list we've gotten so far for Mount Rushmore. I absolutely love it.
We usually get like prime active guys. So, last question is, what's the potential walk-up song for 2025?
Ooh, we got a couple in store, but I'm thinking some Big X to plug. Just something to get the crowd moving. You know, all of his beats are kind of flowing, so you get that where your head's rocking. You're moving a little bit. So I like to have the crowd in tune with everything. So.
Awesome. Love it. Murf, we can't thank you enough for taking the time to join us on the Clock. We'll be wishing you nothing but success watching Fresno State in your career as you continue. So thanks again for joining, man.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate this.